Okay, this is the third time that I've tried to record this video, and I hope this one is going to work. First time the camera didn't capture, the second time the microphone didn't capture, and now hopefully both of them will work and do the thing that... So hi, how's it going? My name is Flip, and some of you asked me to break down how I made the song Lightswitch using only light switches. If you haven't checked it out, I'll just put a little tiny thing here so you can go and check that out first, and then you can come back to this video if you wish, and let's go. So the first thing that I ended up doing is I took a bunch of light switches. I just went around my house using my phone and then just recorded a bunch of these sound effects, and you can see they're kind of all scattered around throughout the entire song. When you play them by themselves, they don't sound like anything in particular, but I've basically chopped them up and set them in a way they sound like percussion in the background of the song. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, this seems like a lot of work, but no, in reality, this is like the easiest part of it all. All of these sounds actually are just easy to set up. You just put them in the right place and bada bing, bada boom. Got yourself gabagoo. Moving on, the next part that I did was actually a pad. The pad was the one that I thought I was gonna have the most trouble with, but no, it turns out it's really easy. You just grab a sample of one of these light switches right here, drop it into the sampler right here, get the tiniest little sound that you can, like go really low, like short, and basically just loop that, and it sounds... It sounds like a $2 keyboard. But if you put some extra effects on it, like an EQ to take out some of the frequencies you don't like, and a magical reverb called Valhalla, it's free by the way, go download it, why haven't you? Once you do that, then you are free to play whatever you wish. It is that simple. And if you're wondering about the swells, how I did these little like tiny little swells right here, it is just an export of these things right here, which is the pad, but only flipped in reverse. So it sounds like this. Riveting, isn't it? Next thing I ended up working is I took the same pad, but instead of adding a reverb to it, I just took out the reverb and just pitch shifted it down an octave, which gave me the bass. There's no magic behind it, in all honesty. Everybody can do this. You just need time. After that, I actually decided to just make the drum beat, which at first I put a bunch of light switches into my Ableton Push, and then that's what I used to play it. But afterwards, I kind of just went like, just export them, just place them in the right thing, because the entire song is just repeatable. Basically keeping the kick and the snare same throughout the entire song. Tiny variations maybe here and there, but not a whole lot, so... There's not a whole lot that I can talk about this, because my entire process was jumping back and forth between different light switches and just saying, okay, this sounds like a little bit of a beefy voice, put it as a kick, and this one sounds a little bit high, so put it as a snare. That's basically the entire process. You just figure out what sound comes the closest to the thing that you're trying to go for, and then molding that sound to be the thing that you need, which is actually what happened with the guitar. It is the same exact instrument as the pad. The only difference is the decay is just turned all the way down, and that's pretty much it. Put a bunch of reverb on it and you're fine. For the hi-hat, I took a light switch, and wow, what a concept. And basically just filtered some of the frequencies that I didn't want, which are at the lower end, as you can tell here, right here. And this is what gave us a nice little... Also, I forgot to mention, I put a vocoder on here to make it a little bit more bit crushed, so it resembles a little bit more like a hi-hat and not somebody like spitting. Made sure that it's short, and bada bing, bada boom, duplicate that a bunch of times, you got yourself a hi-hat. Now, the one thing that I had the most trouble with was the little wow, wow sound effect. That was just very difficult for me to get like an actual proper sound out of. I went through all of the light switches. I tried all these different techniques, only to come back to that first pad. You remember? Just duplicated it, put an LFO tool on there, so it just takes the filter of an EQ and just turns it up and down. So basically you have wow, wow. That's that kind of sound effect, and that's how I ended up having them. I know, it's really difficult to do. As for the song, I just literally learned how the chord progression is and what the lyrics are and how Charlie sings it, and just went for it and that's pretty much it for the vocals. There's a lot of layering to make the vocals a little bit more thicker, but overall that is everything that you guys need to know. All of this is super simple to do, and I'm always happy to make more of these. If you have any other song ideas that you want me to do, don't be ashamed to drop them down in the comment section below. Any and all questions that you might have, please, again, comment section is right there. I'm constantly just checking all of my comment sections. That's gonna do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.